Hey, what is up, you guys? It is your boy Dominzs here at Common Sense Graphics, and you guys already know what day it is today. It is Annie Monday, and I'm about to freeze you all in place with this awesome fan art I just drew up today. So this time around, I put up a poll on my Facebook community page, and the character I decided to choose was between Elizabeth from Seven Deadly Sins, or Jericho, or a baddie version of Sakura from Naruto. And I got some votes for Jericho, and I have my reference photo right on the side, and I told myself that I was going to try to make the best carbon copy that I can, just because I don't do that, and I just want to have some fun and give it a shot and see what I was able to do. And I had a hard decision looking for reference photos of Jericho to use, and I ended up deciding between two different images, one of her standing ready and present with her armor and swords, and then one during the beach day episode. But other than that, let's jump right into the rough sketching skeletal phase. So for me, making fan art is very easy just because I'm able to just really draw it out. And realistically, when I'm doing fan art, I'll always have like a reference image on the side just to show what I'm drawing, and it comes out pretty nicely at the end of the whole entire image. And my experiences with it, like I said earlier, it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. As long as you got a good reference, you can draw pretty much anything. And with, like I said before in a lot of my other videos, on my anime videos, when drawing anime, it's very easy as long as you stick with the basic groups. Usually what I always do for the torso, always going to be an upside down guitar pick, circles on the side for the shoulders, and arms are always going to be like cucumbers and lemons, just because it's real simple, real easy. And I cannot stress this enough, when you're just having fun making fan art, really just have fun with your image. If you overthink it, then you can become stressed out with your character, and you don't want that to happen, because then certain parts might be forgotten or might turn out ugly. And in this experience with this one, it actually took me a very long time to complete this entire illustration I'm drawing. It took me like almost 4 hours, just because I really took my time and I really wanted to try making the best carbon copy of the image I could. And I really outdone myself with this one because I really just wanted to have some fun with it, and I had fun, had some good music on the side, just really enjoyed it. And I highly recommend everyone who is making art to just really just take their time, especially during these harsh times right now. You can't say you don't got time when you got nothing but time. Now, if I was going to go over some negatives from my experiences while drawing this, probably my biggest negatives will be the hair, and I guess a bit of the hands and the clothing. I was looking at the image very closely to see how they did it, and the hair is very spiky. I'm not a real huge fan of overly spiky hair. I know it's like a huge anime manga trope thing where the hair is usually very spiky, which I have no idea why they do that. I mean, you can make some really beautiful flowing hair that's not as spiky, but with this character it's very spiky, and so I had to adjust myself while creating her, just because I'm not really a fan of that. And on to one of my second negatives that I had issues with while creating this image. I had issues with her top, her shirt, because it's kind of frilly, and I just drew it as if I was drawing a flag, if you will, because she's outside and the wind's blowing or whatnot, and you have to show the wrinkles in it and things like that. So I just drew it with that incentive in mind, and I was just able to just bang it out. And it took me a little while to do it. This was like one of the hardest parts, was just drawing the clothing. I left a lot of it blank before I started doing the detail, because I said I'm just gonna just freehand it the best I can and try keeping it to as close as the original image as I can. And it came out pretty nicely. There's a few little errors here and there that you guys can spot, but I try my best to correct it. And it just was a different experience while creating her top. That was something for me to just jump over, kind of a hurdle, and I was able to bang it out, but I did struggle a little bit, and so those were my main experiences. And then another negative for me would be her right hand, the one that's cupping her ear, lower hand. That one took me, it was a bit of a challenge. I say this in almost all of my videos. I am terrible at drawing hands and feet. That's why with most of my images you'll see that the body's usually always cut in half, because I'm not very good at drawing that part of the body. I do practice, but I'm just not good. And those would be my negatives for the image. So while drawing her hair, I was telling myself that this is going to be difficult, but when I finally got to it, I realized how easy it was. I was just a little worried about it. Her hair is pretty straightforward. It's just like a regular downflowing spike with smaller spikes in it, and so I was just able to just bang it out real quickly without too much hassle. And her hair has a lot of bigger spikes, and I was just able to just do it, and I had fun while creating her hair. It was easier than I thought. Like I said, she has a flower on top of her head, and I just drew like a big old circle and said I'll come back and fix that later. And coming towards the end of the video, that's when I finally fixed it, and so I just laughed about it. But as you can see, the image is starting to come together. I do a couple more little details I add to it. I draw some rings around her waist because their rings supposed to be there, and yeah, it came out very nicely, and the very final product came out very nicely in my opinion. Like I said, I tried making this to be a very good looking carbon copy. It took me a while, like I said, about 4 hours of freehanding this, and I had a lot of fun while making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But this is your boy Dominzs here at Common Sense Graphics. Please hit that like button. Please hit the bell icon if you want to catch up for my next video. Subscribe, all that bullshit. Hopefully I left you guys frozen in place. I'm going to do what I usually do. I'm going to speed the video up as I finalize at the finalize phase, and hope you guys enjoy the end product. But you know who it be.